I'm Margaret Kerrigan, and this is Art Market Minute from ArtNet Pro. It's Monday, May 4th, and these are the top market stories going into the week. The art world is descending on Venice for the 61st Biennale, officially a non-commercial exhibition, but increasingly colored by market forces behind the scenes. In recent years, galleries have taken on more of the financial burden to fund ambitious installations for their artists as costs rise and institutional budgets lag. At the same time, commercial activity around the Biennale is expanding. Art firms and fairs, as well as luxury outfits, are sponsoring events and exhibitions, although Venice definitely hasn't reached the full-on brand spectacle of an event like Art Basel Miami Beach. The major auction houses supported national pavilions at the Venice Biennale in 2024, but they've scaled that back for this edition. Still, they are very active. Christie's, for example, is staging a private selling exhibition inside a historic Grand Canal palazzo, complete with blue-chip works by Andy Warhol, Louise Bourgeois, and Mark Bradford. Works range from $500,000 to $35 million. The exhibition also serves to market the lavish and rumored to be haunted property, which is offered by Christie's International Real Estate for a reported $24 million. Sotheby's, meanwhile, which supported the U.S. Pavilion in the last edition, is instead this year focusing on high-end client experiences, from private collection tours to exclusive dinners and exhibition previews. Auction houses and their executives have long orbited the Venice Biennale, drawn in by the high density of top-tier collectors and institutional power. The quiet, behind-the-scenes courtship that once defined the trade's relationship to Venice has given way to a more open acknowledgement of its influence. If the Biennale once maintained a polite fiction of distance from the market, that separation now feels largely beside the point. Sotheby's will stage one of London's most valuable single-owner sales this June, with works from billionaire Joe Louis's collection expected to exceed $200 million. The auction will feature around 50 works, including major pieces by Egon Schiele, Amedeo Modigliani, and Lucian Freud. The top lot is a portrait by Gustav Klimt, estimated to fetch between $27 and $40 million. Louis bought the work in 2015 at Sotheby's London for $38.9 million, double its low estimate. Adjusted for inflation, that price would be around $47 million today. It reportedly hung on his yacht, the Aviva. Such portraits by the Viennese secessionist are highly coveted. Only 5 have come to auction in the last 2 decades. Last November, Sotheby's shattered records when it sold Klimt's portrait of Elizabeth Lederer from the collection of Leonard Lauder for $236.3 million. Museums worldwide are under financial strain from rising costs and shrinking funding, pushing institutions to try new revenue strategies, from higher ticket prices to corporate partnerships. London's Whitechapel Gallery is taking a different approach, appointing economist Mariana Mazzucato as its first economist in residence. In a 3-year pro bono role, she'll rethink not just how museums generate income, but how they define and communicate their broader social value. The move reflects a wider crisis in the cultural sector and a growing push to reimagine museums as essential civic spaces for the future. You can get more details on these stories on news.artnet.com. Art Market Minute is produced by Sonia Manalili and me, Margaret Kerrigan. Thanks for listening, and see you next week.